In 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 12 says, "For we dare not make ourselves of the number, or compare ourselves with some that condemn themselves. But they, measuring themselves by themselves and comparing themselves among themselves, are not wise." And this talks about how those people who compare themselves to others, who compare themselves to, the people and not to themselves, are not wise. They're never, ever going to go anywhere in life. They're always just going to be greedy, or they're going to do it for the wrong, selfish reasons, or, they're going to be prideful. And it's like, they're never, ever going to be happy, truly. That's why the people who compare who they were a year ago to who they are now are the ones that are like, yeah, I gotta keep going because, dude, I'm doing something right. Like, you always gotta focus on the positive. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Focus on the positive. The positive will change the world. People who focus on slavery back then are the same people that don't do anything in their life right now. They always complain, oh, it's because I'm black and that's why cops pull me over. Instead of going, oh, it's because blah, blah, blah. I should have listened to the law. And no, okay, yes, that is true stuff. That happens. But if you let it bring you down, you will never, ever change anything about it. You have to do something about it yourself, and do not focus on the negativity. Focusing on the negativity is why we keep having people end up in graves when something happens, because they either hate their life or they think they're fighting the right cause, but they're doing it the wrong way. And so that's why people end up in the grave. That's why there's so much division, okay? And people are going to be like, well, that's rude. That is not right. And it's like, it's the truth. It is the truth, okay? So stop comparing yourself to others. Stop comparing your past and to what's negative now. Stop comparing the past to what's negative now. Compare the positive to what was negative back then. Be like, well, we did have that back then, but now it's come so long that I'm able to do this, or and stop worrying so much. Stop complaining. Just focus on the positive and change what was negative in your past and continue to move forward. Do not move backwards, okay? I love y'all. Let's say a prayer.